Buenos días, muchachos y muchachas, y feliz 5 de mayo. Pues para la clase de periodo 5, sí, hoy es el 5 de mayo. Para la clase de periodo 6, ayer fue, yesterday would have been, el 5 de mayo para ustedes. Bueno, nosotros vamos a hablar sobre el 5 de mayo en momentito. Vamos a saber qué es, por qué celebra el 5 de mayo los mexicanos, por qué es un día importante y cuándo pasó, when did it happen, besides being on May 5th, el año. I'm referring to the year it might have happened. So we'll get to that in just a little bit. You guys, hola. Still missing you guys like crazy. I want to say right off the bat, you guys, boy, I got so much homework in from you guys this weekend. A lot of you who had not been giving me homework or might have been having trouble. I'm not sure exactly. In some cases, I knew what was happening because I've had some conversations with you guys, both in emails and por teléfono. But I'm really proud of you guys. You're getting work in. Still, if you're somebody out there, there's just a few people, just a couple, who still haven't gotten me any work in, and please let me know, you guys. I'm emailing you personally, I'm calling your parents, and I'm still sometimes in some cases not getting stuff back. So I'm not mad, no estoy enojada. I just want to make sure that you're participating and that you're okay. This is kind of office hour stuff I'm talking about right here, but I always want to put that in the regular video for those of you that maybe don't watch the office hours video, even though you should. Speaking of the office hours video, it'll be today, of course, 2:30, a las 2:30. I had hoped to get it on WebEx by now, but I have a lot on my plate, as I'm sure you guys have. So WebEx meetings for office hours are going to have to wait till next week, la semana próxima, next week. So if you have a question this week, just email me, and in the YouTube video for office hours, I'll answer that. I do apologize. It was impossible. I've been staying up very late, grading till 11:30 last night. And some of you guys are sending me stuff at 11. You send it whenever you want. I'm fine with it. I'm just glad to be hearing from you. But again, if you're still having trouble, just let me know, you guys. I will help you out, I promise. Quiero empezar con un chiste. I want to start with a joke, because I think we all need one. Sí, necesitamos un chiste. So I'm going to show you the joke just because sometimes it helps to see it. But I think you guys will understand this porque ustedes son inteligentes. Bueno, el chiste es así. ¿Por qué está triste? ¿Por qué está triste el cuaderno de matemáticas? ¿Por qué está triste el cuaderno de matemáticas? Bueno, yo no sé. Actually, I do know. Sé. Porque tiene muchos problemas. Ja, ja. Get it? ¿Por qué está triste el cuaderno de matemáticas? Porque tiene muchos problemas. Oh. I think that's hilarious, sort of in a really dorky way, but anyway, that's what I got. Es lo que tengo. Let's see, a couple things, you guys, before we get going with the video too, just a couple of other office hours things, again, that I'll repeat in the next actual office hours video. You guys most of you are sending me a picture of your homework, una foto de la tarea, and you're sending it through Loop Mail. Please do it that way. A few people have tried or are mailing it. I guess they're kind of posting it to the assignment. I think that's what they're doing it. I think that's how I would say that. Again, I don't see on your end what you see, but it's coming up in a different spot, and I can see it, but it's hard for me to go back and forth. It just makes it too many places. So if you can stay consistent, if you can, that would be awesome. Just the picture, la foto, send it through Loop Mail directamente. And if you do need my phone number, and some of you have it, some of you who had trouble sending it on their computer are sending it to my text, to my phone, a mi número de teléfono. And if you still need that and you haven't gotten it yet, please let me know. Let's see. I think that's kind of all the office hours cheating stuff that I'm doing right now, in addition to doing it later. So, hoy es el 5 de mayo. ¿Y por qué se celebra el 5 de mayo? So let me just kind of tell you guys what happened on May 5th. And some of you guys know this. Some of you guys know the story. But a lot of you guys don't. A lot of people don't really know what it's about. I think we did talk about this at some point in our class. Not positive, though. So basically, you guys, I'm going to do this in Spanish first, en español, y después en inglés. But two words that'll help you while I'm doing this are the word for, you can see my amazing art here, mi arte fantástico. Ejército, it's kind of a cool word, the accents on the second E is the word for army, ejército, so don't forget that because I'm going to be talking about the Mexican army and the French army. Ejército mexicano, ejército francés, because it has to do with them, obviamente. And then this other word, deudas, which are debts. Obviously, you guys know what debts are when you owe money to somebody. I've had them before in the past with my school debt, but fortunately it's all gone. Se fue. So deudas for debts and ejército for army. And again, I'll repeat this in English afterwards. So, momentito. Bueno, estoy de vuelta, back. En 1862. So think about that date. 1862. What would that be? 1800, so 1800, so 1800, 62, 62. El día 5 de mayo, lo que pasó es que México tenía problemas pagar sus deudas. So México tenía, so they had muchas deudas y tenían problemas con pagar las deudas. Entonces, los franceses vinieron para recoger el dinero de los mexicanos. Entonces, el ejército francés, con muchos hombres, era un ejército muy grande, peleó contra, so peleó, they fought and shot and whatever they did. Ellos pelearon contra los mexicanos y los mexicanos tenían un ejército muy pequeño. Otra vez, los franceses tenían un ejército muy grande, muchos hombres, muchas personas. Y los mexicanos tenían un grupo, un ejército muy pequeño, pero fuerte, but strong. Entonces, los mexicanos vencieron a los franceses. Vencieron means they beat them, los franceses. Y fue magnífico y muy sorprendente porque México tenía un ejército muy pequeño. Y por eso se celebra el día de 5 de mayo en México y en los Estados Unidos también. Bueno, if you didn't catch all of that, you guys, although I bet you did catch most of it, if not all of it. So Mexico in 1862, right, they had quite a few debts to several countries. Well, actually not several, but the English and the French. And the French came to collect the money, and the Mexicans didn't have it, and so they decided to fight. The French, remember I had said, had a huge army, un ejército muy grande, and they fought this ejército mexicano muy pequeño. They fought the tiny Mexican army, and the Mexicans, los mexicanos, beat them. ¡Ja, ja! ¡Que viva México! ¡Ja, ja! Franceses, take that. Anyway, they bait them. They did. And it was really something. Now, what happened after that is a long story, and I'm not going to get into that. But it's a celebration because of that one particular battle. It was one small battle, but the fact that they won was remarkable. Remarcable. Bueno, next, you guys. So that's El Cinco de Mayo. Hopefully, maybe you guys are having some sort of celebration at home, una celebración. Of course, we always know a lot of people celebrate con comida, con guacamole, con totopos, chips y salsa, barbacoa. Maybe you're doing a barbecue, and maybe you're not doing anything, but por lo menos piensen en los mexicanos. Think about the Mexicans and how awesome they were on that particular day. Que viva Mexico. I miss it so much. I miss Mexico. I will be back soon. Bueno, servir y pedir. We talked about those two verbs last week, the two verbs that were your E to I verbs, right? So I'm just going to expand on them a little bit today. This is going to be a very short lesson. I'm going to have a teeny bit less homework this week to kind of give you guys a little chance to catch up, and you'll see the homework coming, of course, in here today. But I just wanted to expand a little bit on servir y pedir. And I did a little bit of this in the other video, but I just kind of want to, I took a slightly different angle, or took a little bit more time with it. So again, don't forget servir, to serve, and the E goes to an I, so you get sirvo, sirves, sirve, servimos and servis, don't stem change, and then you're back to the stem change, sirven. And the verb pedir, which I don't have right here, does the same thing. Pedir goes to pido, I order, pides, pide, pedimos, pedis, and piden for things that people order or ask for. So basically, you guys, I was just going to talk real quickly about, en mi opinión, right? El restaurante, la pizzería, mejor, best, en mi opinión, es Symposium, aquí en Davis. En mi opinión, sirven la mejor pizza. También cuando pienso en Davis, en mi opinión, en Burgers y Brew, sirven las mejores hamburguesas. Me gustan mucho. Y también otra opinión es que para yogur helado, for frozen yogurt, es difícil porque a mí me gusta Cultivé y Yolo Berry últimamente, just recently. Entonces, es un empate, it's almost a tie, but I might give it to Yolo Berry. Sirven el mejor yogur helado. Pues en tu opinión, ¿qué piensas? What do you think? Just think about that for a minute if you were answering those questions. You don't have to do anything. There's no questions in this video that you have to write down. I just want you to think about it. Also think about what you order when you go to your favorite restaurant. So, por ejemplo, yo cuando voy a mi taquería favorita, Taquería Guadalajara, yo pido tacos de carne asada, burritos de pollo y tortas también. Tortas, remember those are the Mexican sandwiches que son increíbles. Mis amigos cuando van conmigo, when they go with me, ellos piden normalmente platos vegetarianos, vegetarian plates, porque muchos de ellos, no todos, son vegetarianos. Y cuando nosotros vamos a nuestro restaurante favorito, casi nunca, almost never, pedimos postre. Do we order dessert? Porque no somos de postre. That's unos de nosotros. Pero otros sí, piden postre. So again, just remember how those verbs work. You'll get some more practice with them this week, and then with a couple of other things in the textbook. I wanted to keep this under 15 minutes, menos de 15 minutos. Las palabras del día, your words of the day. Now, I didn't say it at the beginning because I wanted to make sure you watch the whole thing, but of course they are ejército and deudas. And again, don't worry if you can't get the accent on ejércitos. You don't even have to say anything. Just spell it without the accent on it. And you guys keep up the good work. Oh, I miss you guys so much. There's been several times when certain emails come in and it just somebody says, something kind of personal that somebody might say, just makes me think of so many memories in our classes that we've had this year. And it makes me miss you guys even more. I know that a lot of you guys are, you're spending time with your friends virtually, virtualmente. Some of you guys are playing video games with your friends. And some of you haven't been spending time with your friends in either of those ways because other things are going on in your households or in your lives or whatever. And I can just imagine how much you miss seeing each other. I think you probably miss seeing your teachers sometimes, but I know, and I've said this in a previous video, I know how much you miss your amigos. So hang in there, you guys. It's going to be okay. Va a estar bien. Y feliz 5 de mayo. Los quiero. Love you guys. Hasta luego.